Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Mo with Morning Cup of Moes. What we got today is a lot in store. Also, what I sort of want to put out there that I didn't mention last week, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram.
Everything.
We've been on there for a while. We've been on there for a long time now. So please start liking, subscribing, doing all those good things. We keep on bringing the content. We got PNP always bringing the edits and everything that we need to do. So follow them on Instagram as well, because if you need any videography or anything along those lines, they're great at it. As you guys can see with us here. Doc, what's our topics?
Before the topics, I want to mention something. Instagram, 94,000 account clicks.
Are we hitting 94?
250 followers.
Let's do
253.
Yeah, we need to get there more.
Soon.
Start following, please.
Start
people,
following
start
us,
following.
please. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Into our topics. We're talking about some coffee today. We got Starbucks. We got
Trying it
two
again.
good ones. We're giving Starbucks a redemption.
Yep.
They could redeem themselves today. Who knows? We're talking about patience. We have a new edition, Would You Rather?
Yep.
We're also talking sports. We had some major things go about this last weekend and the last week as well. We got Jake Paul fight. We got MLB rule changes. He's going to talk about that. I don't know anything about baseball. We have the NBA as usual. Some nice events happen there. XFL rules and product. And we're talking about the NFL as well.
Perfect. Let's get into the coffees.
Coffee. What coffees do we have today?
So we got that Americano with steamed oat milk, because everyone's that watched is like, man, just stop with the lattes. You don't like them. Stop. I'm
Too
like,
milky.
okay, it's too milky. I understand that. And then we got the brown sugar shaken espresso. I don't know if that's a seasonal thing or if I hope not. It's when we tried it was good. And then we also and that one was only 120 calories for the grande, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
So let's get into this Americano with steamed oat milk. It's these two here.
Oat milk's your stuff, huh? You like oat milk?
Well, I mean, it's just I like it better than cow's milk, myself personally.
Ooh.
And for what it does for you and all that good stuff, So we could get into that.
You ready?
Yeah.
Normal.
It's a normal, good coffee.
Yeah, smooth.
And it doesn't have, I think the oat milk gives it a little bit of that sweetness.
There's no soury.
Where there's no soury at all.
No sour
Which with
taste.
a lot of Starbucks black coffees, it's got that sour taste.
No, it's good. It's good.
No, that's good. I would start doing that. At least I found a drink that I would actually have from them.
Yeah, this is good.
I would start doing that for sure. Rate it.
6.8.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. I was
6'8"?
in my head. I was 6'3".
Oh.
Right off the rip, I was 6'3". I could get that on a regular. It's a good,
Not too overpowering, which I like that.
No, and usually the Americanos, like you have to add so many different pumps of this and pumps of that and yada yada, because it is so overpowering. Which I've been on a huge the Turkish coffee kick lately. Oh man, it's been
strong.
Oh my god, it's been great.
You like it?
Oh my god, it's been awesome. They had a little bit of sugar to it, but man, it's been awesome. So I'll continue with this. Let's get on our next one here. Brown sugar shaken espresso. I tried this when it first came out, and I was like, we have to bring this on. So I was like, you know what? And I'm not a big fan cold coffee, or it's just never that
brown
great.
Sugar.
Yeah, I know. I like the brown sugar.
Really?
Yeah, I like the brown sugar. Let's give it a shot.
I like it.
Going from this to that, like I taste all the milk in that. We probably should have started with that first, but
I like it.
5.8.
5.8. Whoa.
Yeah, 5.8 today. I mean, listen. Last time I had it, I thought it was great.
I'm going 7.2.
Ooh,
This is good. I could drink this every day.
consistency though, man. I feel like it's different tasting now than what it was last time.
I had this 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It tastes the same.
Really?
Yeah.
I think maybe because it's so strong that I'm just tasting the milk.
Probably
in
your
that.
taste buds are like
Yeah,
screwed up right
yeah.
now.
We're all like, what the hell's
back
going
and
on?
forth and hot
No,
to
I could
cold.
do this on a regular.
I'm doing 7.2 on this.
This
so
is
it's really
I gotta
good.
have it. You could do this in the morning.
Yeah, I could do it in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you're nuts. You're
Smooth.
absolutely
It's
nuts.
a smooth
Yeah,
morning.
no. So I would stay with my hot coffee for sure. I think maybe just the cold weather and all that stuff. Like I'm liking the hot coffee right now. Let's get into patience here. And we don't say patience is in, people that come in our office, talking in regards to patience and believing that, something that it'll come and that it's when it's your time, just trust the process type deal.
Absolutely.
So you wanted to bring that up. Go ahead, start it
I
up.
feel like a lot of times people, they look at their friends and look at their peers and they say like, oh, this guy's, for example, oh, he's getting into this school, she's getting into this school, I'm not doing anything. I feel like in life, everyone has their own period of time that basically, like you said, it'll come. I just think all that takes time. So if someone's doing really good, don't look at them and say like, when's my time? Look at them and say congratulations and wait for your time,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a process of patience. Just got to hold on down, wait a little bit, work on yourself every single day until something does happen. Because eventually, guess what? Something will happen.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you because I hate looking at the person next to you and you know, trying to compare yourself because everyone's so different, right? Yeah. But I'm also, this goes on to what we've been preaching every single week is just put your blinders on, move forward.
Yeah.
How do you excel?
Memory,
How do you keep on going on? How do you know, go to that next step? So I think that's big. But I think also when you brought this up to me, we didn't really talk about it because I wanted to sort of just bring both of our perspectives and see what that was all about.
See how it goes.
Brought to my head right off the rip is stress levels. Because when you tell me patience and people need to have patience, the biggest thing of why people end up stopping is because they can't handle the obstacle at hand. Yeah. And whether it's stress, emotional, physical, whatever it is, right? More emotional, which will cause the physical stress. But when it's, you know, for example, getting a job, okay? If you can't handle the obstacle of getting that job, at that point, you just got to look in the mirror and you got to say, okay, what am I doing wrong or what am I doing right? And what do I need to excel in?
Basically, how do I reset to allow myself to handle all the stress?
And for me, I'm like, you know, I guess pick your battle of what you want to stress about. Like, dude, I watch, you know, football. And if your favorite team loses, like how do you react?
I mean, it sucks, but at the end of the day, it's my favorite team. It's not me, you know?
Yeah.
So like, even if my team does lose, I'm like, okay, I'm moving on, you know.
So it doesn't ruin your day.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's where I'm like, it's not in your power. Like, it's nothing that you could do or you could change personally. It's you yell at the screen louder doesn't going to make your team do better or do worse. You know, do I get into the game and start screaming or whatever? Yeah, of course. But is it going to ruin my day? Like, am I not going to go out with my kids after the Steelers game if they lose? No, absolutely not. I'm going out with them, right? So that's where it's like that's
an issue. That's a huge issue. I feel like if a football game is ruining your whole day, you got to reevaluate.
Not just and you could take it into a football game. You could take it into this past weekend. How many people were out of power?
A lot.
Okay, which I applaud a lot of cities, Dearborn, Canton, I believe Northville did it. They all had the warming centers and the electrical, you come charge your stuff and all that. I think Canton had it at the summit.
Sure. That's nice.
And I think that's awesome. But I understand it's difficult. My family was without power. Our furnace broke down. I mean, it was there.
You got to make it work, you know?
What's stress going to do to that situation?
10 times worse.
It's just going to shut you down and not be able to get through it. And instead of just figure out what's going to give, how to fix this. What do we do? How do we get through this? You know, and that's where I'm just like, man, that stress could be such a huge thing. And if you don't have the patience to see something through, stress will get the best of you the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
You know, so, and I know a lot of like, I was reading online, someone seen a DTE worker at in their neighborhood or whatever. And he, you know, DTE worker basically was telling them, we've been at it since this happened. Like they pre-warned us.
They're pretty quick.
And I still don't have power in my house. That's what the DTE guy said. And, you know, it puts things into perspective of this guy's out there doing his job in the blistering cold. Yeah. And he didn't put himself first. He went and did his job. And yeah, I'm sure it's stressful. He probably has loved ones at home and all that stuff. But it's just a matter of how do you obligate or sort of prioritize which stressors you're going to let really determine how you go about your day. Yeah. And I think that's huge at that point. You know what I'm saying? Not
too long ago, I read something. It said, in order to master life, you need to find the equal balance of staying calm in every single situation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where if you're able to do that, man, how much life would be better if you could stay calm in every situation.
Yeah. It's huge. And that's why like, we were joking the other day of like, you know, we've been at it together with work. Year and a half about, and it's like I don't think either one of us really seen each other snap yet, because it's like, you know, we've had obstacles. Like, I mean, I woke up to a disaster this morning, but it's just like, okay, just cool heads, figure out what happens, go from there, fix it. By 12 o'clock, it was done, and called it a day. You know, whereas if I just shut down and got, there's still good things in bad days. You gotta learn from the bad, and it makes that good the good that much sweeter. There's a bunch
of bads. Look at the goods.
Yeah,
it weighs it out.
Yeah, even through the weekend,
keep on going.
Paul was like, you know, I don't want you to judge me off my wins. I want you to judge me off of my losses, right? So for a YouTube sensation that, you know, drives me crazy sometimes just watching his hype beast videos. But I mean, he came out and said that as well. So which is awesome. Like I like hearing that because there's a lot of younger guys looking up to this guy. So for him to actually say that was phenomenal. Like I love that.
He's awesome. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, so far. I mean, I liked him better this weekend than previous weekends. But Would you rather's? Would you rather's? I want you to start us off with this. It's a new thing that we're starting.
I got a good one for you.
Okay, we haven't talked to each other. I don't know what.
I have no idea what you're gonna say. You don't know what I'm gonna say.
I have 4 or 5 of them lined up.
I just have one.
I know,
That's all we're doing.
I know, but what if we're looking at the same material and you have the same one
There's
that I
no
pulled?
way.
I don't think so either.
no way.
My mind's not as messed up as yours, but
There's no way.
there's either one.
Because
Go
you're
ahead.
old and I'm young?
Yeah. No, it's because you got such a big forehead. It's just you got a lot in
I
there.
got a big brain. Come on.
Go ahead. So which one's yours?
Call Willy Wonka. All right, I got one. Ready? Mm-hmm. All right. Would you rather lose your sight or your memories? So right now, you lose every single memory you ever came across, you
Sight.
ever have.
Sight.
Or right now, you lose your sight.
Really? Yeah. Sight.
So you will go right now for the rest of your life without no sight.
Where I am in my life right now, 3 kids, wife, parents still there, and I'm able to have those memories.
Okay.
If I was 18, if I was 15, right now, sight.
No more
I have
sight?
too many. I have too many. My wedding day, my kids, my nephews and nieces growing up. There's so much of good memories that I have. I don't want to lose that.
What's sight? You take the ability to work. You can't work anymore.
Why?
You can't
Palpatory
see.
skills. It doesn't matter. How
can't see anymore.
would you see a subluxation at work? You feel it with your hands.
Yeah, well, you can't see anymore.
It doesn't matter. You can still work.
I know you can still work, but it's not to the effect of you working right now. It's not the same.
Yeah, it is.
It's different.
No,
Absolutely different.
No, absolutely not. You would rather take
It's different.
You would rather take what? Your sight or which one would you do?
I asked you. I didn't ask myself.
Okay, no, all
This is
day.
mine too.
You could easily still work.
Yeah, but it's not the same, man.
Yes, it is. In
You're
our
telling
line
me-
of work. In our line of work, will it adjust the way that we
different, man.
will it adjust the way that we take our notes, or adjust the way that we
Yeah, it will.
actually talk to patients, right? Or adjust the way that if we're looking at their analyzing their posture, it'll be more palpatory, it'll be more
100%.
touching.
It'll be hard. But you think people
it'll
want to
be-
go see somebody that can't
Yeah.
see?
Yeah,
I think it's an issue.
no, I don't. I think it's.
I think with patients, would you rather see a doctor that can see or a doctor that can't see?
it matters
I'm
what.
pretty sure majority of the time they're going to
Fuck.
go to the doctor that can see.
If I'm going to a dermatologist and he needs to see the skins on my the
I'm
malformations
talking
on
in
my
general.
skin,
Would you rather go to a mechanic that can see or a mechanic
how
that
good
can't
are they
see?
with their job? And you're talking about a mechanic at that point. Mechanic's different.
I'm talking anything in general.
No,
A mechanic, a doctor
no,
doesn't-
every
a mechanic's
profession is
a
different.
doctor for cars.
A lawyer that can't see versus a lawyer that can see. If they have the knowledge and they're good at what they do, what does it matter?
But if you're telling me they both have the same knowledge, one can see and one can't see,
Then it doesn't matter.
okay.
But I would rather give up my vision right now than lose all my memories.
See, me personally, I don't care if I see the doctor that sees or the doctor that doesn't see, but a lot of people would go with the doctor that can see.
Now a lot of people just aren't. They're just biased. No, I don't see that at all being an issue. Like myself personally, being a chiro, I don't think it would alter. It might make my job a little bit more difficult, like checking for higher muscles or something like that, where you're all touch at that point and you can't see somebody's gait, right?
Yeah.
You can't see the way that they're walking, or you can't examine the
That's
X-rays
tough,
correctly. You got to have somebody else look at the X-rays and read the report, right? I think that it'll make it more difficult, but it won't alter my way of adjusting. It won't alter my way of treatment. It won't alter my way of care
Like it
plans.
alters everything.
No,
man.
I think you're wrong.
Somebody reading the X-ray in comparison to you reading the X-ray, it's a different field.
Yeah, if it's someone in the same profession or someone that knows what they're doing, it's a
Yeah, but
different
it's not
field.
you doing it. It's
No,
just
but I mean,
different,
if you hear C5 has right rotation of the spinous process and a left lateral tilt of the transverse process, right? You're already picturing that in your head what it is.
You are, but
because of your memories. You don't have to see it to actually see it in your head because of your memories of school. You have that. No, keep me in my memory.
man.
I'm not getting rid of my memory. Get out of here.
I mean, you're getting old. You're gonna lose it regardless. Old man.
So I had one that was almost like that. But I'm gonna build onto yours then, since this is the one of the 5 that sort of goes on to what you said.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know now everything your future self will learn?
So I could either go back to age 5 with everything I know now, or stay where I'm at.
Stay with where you're at, and you'll know if future self will learn.
I'm staying where I'm at.
Staying where you're at.
I'm happy with my life. I got no regrets or anything like that. I like how everything's going. I'm fine where I'm at. I'm staying where I'm at.
You want to try out for the basketball team again?
No, never.
You want it?
That's it. I'm too good, bro.
Come on.
I'm too good.
Come on. It's too good.
I'm the best chiropractor basketball player in the state of Michigan.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
So if there's any chiropractors that play basketball,
nowhere near.
come for me.
Oh man,
Let's do it.
I'm gonna post that, and I know exactly who's gonna comment back at that.
Oh, I know too.
And I know guaranteed that they'll probably.
He's not in Michigan though.
He'll fly into town just to probably wipe the floor with you.
No.
I think he'll take you.
You wish.
I think he'll take you.
I'll smoke him, bro.
I don't know about that.
It's easy money.
Jake Paul fight. Let's get into that real quick.
I'm surprised.
So, you watched it all, right?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Why?
He couldn't stand up with him.
You surprised Jake Paul couldn't stand up with him?
Yeah, I thought Jake would be a lot better with all the crap he's been talking. I feel like he would have been a lot better standing up with him and going back and forth with him.
Okay.
He couldn't stand up at all, and he was too dependent on his right hand, the hook.
Yeah.
He kept going
Did the same
for that,
three
man.
moves.
Yeah.
Did the same three moves. I wasn't surprised though. I was
surprised
actually
with all the shit talking he was talking.
Oh, that's just his nature. It's
Too
marketing.
much, man.
It's marketing. He knows what he's doing. He's getting viewers.
Right before the fight, he's talking.
He's getting viewers.
Yeah.
His brother was talking during the fight.
That
The
was
third
funny.
round. During the fight, he was talking. Come on, that's their marketing scheme. They know what they're doing.
Listen,
There's
I
a reason
wanted
why they
Paul
have
to
so
win.
many viewers. Really?
I really did.
didn't want him
I
to
didn't
win.
think he was gonna win.
I wanted him to get
win.
humbled.
I love what he's doing.
Why?
I love it. I love how he's going from a Disney star, whatever he was. That just gives hope in children. Like, oh, he was doing this. Now he could do this. Wow, I can do whatever I want to do. You know, it's hopeful
Somewhat.
to children.
Somewhat. I mean,
No, it's very hopeful.
You just said you didn't like his shit talking during the match, right?
Yeah, I didn't.
That's the
Not
That's
during
what
the
he
match,
does.
before the match.
You can't like it before the match and then not like it during. It's the same. It's
Listen,
him.
my biggest thing, if you're gonna talk smack, just like how I talk my basketball stuff, you got to back it up.
But he's backed it up against scrubs. Once again, it's a complete and utter it's an eye test.
Is he a boxer?
So that's what I'm saying. I was surprised
He's a boxer.
because I think he looked better than what I expected, and Fury looked lesser than what I expected, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I'm like, okay, maybe Paul's a little bit better of a boxer than what everybody gave him credit for, and Fury's the worst of the professional boxers that we've seen.
Fury is probably super nervous. He has everything to lose there.
He has everything to lose. I get that, but at the same time, it's like Fury kept with the same jab, jab, hook, jab, jab, hook, jab, jab, and Paul could not just do anything about it. So that was the biggest thing. But if you look at their opponents, for example, like Paul's opponents, as Ali Gibb only had 2 fights. He won 1, lost to Jake.
Nate Robinson, oh my
Robinson,
God.
come on,
He
let's
slept
go.
him.
Ben Askren was already done with the UFC. He was older, never boxed. I mean, once again, Tyron Woodley, I think would have had a chance, but he won by split decision and then won by KO. Paul did. Anderson Silva won by unanimous decision, and then Tommy Fury, he lost by a split decision. Fury, if you look at his opponent's records,
They're not good.
they were horrible. I think they were like 14 and, up to a certain point, they were 14 and like 130 something like that. I don't remember what it was. But it was just like, even his record wasn't phenomenal. He didn't go up against the craziest of talents. I thought that was just like, it was a good, even fight between the both of them. The contract talks were a little, interesting to the point of, what was it? Paul said, if you win, I'll double your
doubles the
purse.
bag.
If I win, you get nothing, right? And then there was a rematch clause in there where if Paul wins, no rematch.
If
Fury wins,
rematch.
they get a rematch.
Yeah.
So those were both a little interesting to that point, always in Paul's favor.
Apparently they didn't sign anything because they talked to
That's-
Fury's dad.
Yeah,
and
that's
they
what
was
you're telling
We're
me.
not talking about the contract. We're not talking about the contract. So I don't know if they even signed anything.
I mean, it was up and, but once again, was it a publicity scheme? Was it something?
Probably, man.
Who knows? I mean, they're good at marketing at that point. But Tommy Fury demanding an 18-foot ring. What do you think of that? Where do you take that?
He probably thought Jake was going to try to run around and try to tire him out, where he wants 18 feet basically to keep him within striking distance. Honestly, I don't mind it.
I kept him closer.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I didn't hate it. If you watched all of Paul's fights, he sort of, measured the guy the first round and a half. The 18-foot ring, I think its average is like 21 or 22 feet per ring. I think the range is 18 to 24, so it was on the lowest end of that.
Yeah.
But I think he looked tired at first. Tommy was really third round. I was sort of surprised because even when
You think Tommy looked tired?
just the third round,
Really?
just the
Okay.
third round, I was like, okay, maybe that's why it was an
Jake
18-foot
looked
ring.
gassed throughout it all. He
No,
looked very tired.
no,
man.
I think he was frustrated. I mean, the guy's in
tired.
crazy shape. I mean, he's
he
just
kept doing the same move, man.
kept doing the same thing. I think lack of experience. I think that's all it is. And then at typical mind games, Paul at the beginning of the fight was took his time coming out. Sort of wanted to mind with him and sort of just say, hey, wait for me, I'm coming out. Whatever it is, what it is. So of the split decision, do you agree with that, with the results?
Yeah. I 100% agree. Listen, man, I feel like it could have went both ways because of the knockdown at the end. Mm-hmm. But majority of the fight control-wise, Tommy had him.
That's what I'm saying.
Tommy had him all day.
Paul
The
won.
only thing Paul had was then.
Round 3, round 8 knockdown.
Is that a knockdown?
Yeah, it's a knockdown. The minute the ref starts counting, it's a knockdown. Okay. Did he? And I think he stumbled.
But it
he
wasn't
went down
enough.
a knee. He got a little
wasn't
dazed,
enough.
but then he came out firing right after and hit him. It connected a couple good hits right after. So I thought that was crazy. The first round was just boring. A lot of hugging, headlocks, all that good stuff.
Paul kept going down.
Yeah,
Every
he kept
time
on
he
ducking.
punched, it goes
He kept
down.
on ducking, and then
He'd like
I think
put
it
his
was-
head where his armpit is.
I think in the second round, I think it was the second round where they hugged once again, and it sort of seemed like Paul was trying to sort of give him a little headbutt. He got warned of it like right away.
They both got points minus.
Yeah, so that was Paul's. I get. Fury's was like
I think they just wanted to equal it out.
that was
to be honest
stupid.
with you.
It was stupid. Don't do that.
I think that
Like,
was their biggest
excessive
thing.
clinching. That was the
Yeah.
reasoning.
Jake was clinching, man.
The entire time he kept on hugging and putting his head in his armpit. So I thought that was crazy. That's why I was sort of surprised that it was a split decision.
Yeah, the judges had it 74-75. That's way too close.
Yeah.
76-73, 76-73. I don't know, man.
I would have went
think-
unanimous.
I
I
think
would have
Paul
went
had no business
unanimous.
being in the ring with Fury. I think
Yeah.
Fury's a lot better than him. Obviously, he's a
And that's
real
not saying
boxer.
much though. That's
Yeah.
not saying much. Like, listen, I don't want anybody to freaking throw comments everywhere of I want to see you in there. I don't want to be in the ring with them. I'm not a professional boxer. Okay, I don't know how to box.
I'll beat up Jake Paul.
But shut the hell up. But looking at both of them, yeah, no, there's nothing that should be. Neither one of them are good. It's just not
Listen,
saying
man,
much.
I mean, this guy's proven anybody could be a boxer if you train for it, obviously. You know?
Yeah, I mean, anybody. We talk about this every freaking week.
Anybody could be
feel like
anything.
Anybody could be anything if you put enough time and effort into it.
Yeah.
If you could, go move to wherever the hell he moved to and just only train 24/7. That's your job. I think you'll excel in it.
For sure.
You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
Anything you put time into, you're going to be fine. I just think it was very disrespectful. The co-main event. You're having a championship fight.
Yeah.
Right before these guys?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and then went the distance.
It's terrible.
That went the distance. I thought it was
That should be the main event.
that should have been the main event. But they're
I know with money and whatever.
selling
they're making
tickets.
so
That's all that
much,
matters.
but
It's just selling
I
tickets.
think that's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
How
I think it's just-
championship fight was before this fight.
Yeah. But the post fight, what'd you think of it?
The post fight. Which
Yeah,
one?
he had an interview. I think it sort
how
of looked
he
like
said he got sick in
that
camp.
bothered the hell out of me.
And then he said he hurt his arm in
Yeah,
camp. Because right before he went out to the
pre-fight-
ring, he said, "Oh, I'm good.
I'm good. I got
good.
nothing
Let's
wrong with
go.
me."
I got nothing."
Yeah,
He
there's-
said, "You're getting 100%.
You get
of
100%.
Jake, his middle name,
Yeah.
Paul.
You get my full name.
You get my full name."
And then after
to
the
come out
fight-
after the fight, it's like
That was,
come on, you can't do that.
but he was a little bit more civil than what I expected at the end of the fight. I think he
Yeah, you lost. You have
maybe
to
got
be
a
a bit
little bit
civil.
humbled, which
have to.
I like that. But he was talking rematch immediately. So I mean, I think that's it's gonna happen. I think they'll go off of pay-per-view sales and all that stuff and figure out if it's worth them doing it again or not. Because at the end of the day, it is money.
Money is a business.
And that's why they were the main event. That's why they were there because they were the biggest draw. I mean, they had stars there. They had absolute stars there.
Tyson
Yeah,
ringside.
Tyson walked out the co-main event, it was just
I
like
think Ronaldo was there too.
he was there. Obviously, Wilder was there. There was a lot of stars there, and to be in Saudi out there, I mean that was huge. So
Money.
it did get that grab that they wanted, which is big. So I think that's more or less they'll do a rematch and they'll start bringing in more money for sure. Let's go into the MLB.
Talk your baseball.
I know
have
how much you
nothing-
love MLB.
I know nothing about baseball.
Okay.
And I will continue to know.
No, I
nothing
think it'll
about
change.
baseball.
Once again, I think it's truthfully a marketing scheme for every sport. And MLB had a rule change, not really a rule change, but I think well, we're going to talk about the rule changes, but I think the way that they advertise and market it used to only be able to be marketed in little snippets or stuff like that onto
Really?
MLB Network.
Oh,
But I think it was within like last year or the year before they lifted that clause where they can now, put things. That's why you start seeing more things on Instagram.
Really?
Home run derbies and
Are they
top
like the
plays.
NBA where
and-
they have advertisements on their jerseys or no?
I don't think so.
They don't?
I could be wrong. That could have changed recently.
Oh, I
I don't
don't know.
I have hockey and MLB. Like if my team's not good, I don't keep track until the. I'm sort of like your casual fan that just keeps track at the playoffs.
So you're a fake fan?
No, not a fake fan at all.
Pretty
Just
much.
keep tracks that it's just there. So it's just a matter of where we end up watching them or whatnot. If they're doing good, like the Wings are actually doing well right now. They can make a playoff push. But talk about the MLB real quick. MLB, you got a 15-second this pitch timer. 15 seconds with bases empty, 20 seconds with runners on. Hitter gets 1 timeout per plate appearance. Must be in the batter's box for at least 8 seconds with 8 seconds left on the clock. So he's got to be in the batter box, ready to take a pitch. 8 seconds left. That played a role 2 nights ago when it was the spring ball. They called it a strikeout, ended the game because he wasn't in the box. So that's why that's why it's just trying to speed up the game. Pitchers get 2 disengagements, so when they're on their mound, they could actually step off and try to pick off the runner or try to get reset up. Batters get 1 timeout per bat.
Isn't this too fast?
No.
You think this is
Pitch
good?
timer helped reduce the game length by 25 minutes in the minors. They tested in the minors, and then they ended up bringing it into here. You got shift restrictions that, talking about 2 infielders positioned on each side of second base. All 4 infielders must have all their feet on the dirt, not in the outfield while the pitch is there. Shift restrictions increase batting averages and decrease strikeouts in the minors. And then bigger bases. They actually made the bases bigger, so there's a little bit less of a distance, sort of avoided injuries. I think all of this, every single thing is sort of going along with the NFL and along with the NBA they want more offense. They want more offense. They want to speed up the game.
Offense sells. Nobody wants to watch.
They want to, but even your casual fans, instead of sitting there watching a 3.5 hour game, or I think the average is like 3 hours and 16 minutes. Don't quote me on that. It's down to like 2 hours and 38 minutes with all these changes in games that scored less than 14 runs. Anything that scored more runs lasted longer just because they were at bat, but that was more exciting of a game for viewers. So I think this, because it came to a point where pitchers would take forever to throw their first pitch, and they were sort of waiting on everything. Batters would, step in the batter box, step out of the batter box, step in the batter box, take their timeouts, do all that stuff.
So eliminates the nonsense, basically.
You're getting a bunch of dead play taken out of the game.
Straight play.
So it's straight play from beginning to end, which is nice. So your casual fans will probably pick it up a little bit more, and it's more for you grabbing the youth's attention, all that good stuff, because they got less people playing baseball in today's world than they ever had before. So I don't mind it. I actually really like it. So I'll tune in a little bit more. Go Tigers! I think they have a little bit of
Go Tigers.
They got a little bit.
I don't watch them, but go Tigers.
Yeah, no, go Tigers. So let's talk about your NBA.
Man, the NBA.
Yep.
The Wild Wild West. Have you seen these standings? How close they are? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna talk about my squad, Lakers.
Your squad for today.
Until he goes
to Orlando with his boy, and then Orlando's your squad.
He's not gonna go to Orlando. He doesn't like Orlando.
Wherever his boys goes, that's where he's going.
Stop disrespecting the goat. Why do you hate him so much?
I hate you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I hate you.
Don't. You're a LeBron hater.
Not at all.
You hate him.
Not because I admired that swat that he had from behind.
Everyone's gonna get you. You're a LeBron hater.
Go ahead.
All right, so the Lakers are 29 and 32. 11th seed. The 8th seed is 31 and 31. They're there, man.
Yeah.
It's so tight.
There's 21 games left? 23 games left?
About 21.
It was 21 or 23.
Something like that. 3-game win streak.
They're on a 3-game win streak. Truthfully, I believe that down the stretch, if they go 15, I think they needed to go 15-6 is what I was reading.
Yeah,
that would put them right in that range, because
they're aiming for the 6th seed. That's what they want.
Yeah, because they don't want to do the play-in.
Yeah, because 6th seed is the Mavs 32 and 30.
So
they can easily get that.
Looking at the West, though, and I'm not a huge basketball guy, but when you're looking at the West and you see the Mavs, you see the Timberwolves ahead of them. And the Jazz and the Pelicans,
all these teams shouldn't be in front of them.
Yeah, these teams will end up falling out.
The Pelicans shouldn't be there. The Jazz shouldn't be there. The Timberwolves, no. Mm-hmm. Warriors, whatever. Mavs.
I think the Warriors will shift up.
They should be in, but not in front of the Lakers.
I mean, I think the Warriors will be in. Mavs should be out more. What's going on with the Steph? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
I haven't been keeping up with stuff.
Yeah.
But the Lakers are a team you don't want to play in the playoffs.
Well, they could get hot at the right time.
Because the playoffs is slower pace, more defense. You do not want to play the Lakers in the playoffs.
I mean,
did you see what they did yesterday?
Yeah, I seen it.
They were down by what?
So 27?
27.
Was it 27?
27. Yeah. 27 points, came back. Down 27 this year, people that are down 27 are 0 for 138.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's not just this year.
It's this season.
There was that many teams down
Yes.
by 27? Is it this season or ever?
I read this season.
I think it's ever. I believe it was ever. I could be wrong.
It's because the biggest comeback in Lakers franchise was in 2002, so that doesn't make sense. Because if that's correct, then
so it's within the last 20 years.
Is it last 20?
Yeah, it says within. It was also the biggest Lakers comeback in the last 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm saying, how many games are there? What do you mean 130? I mean,
But
come
they
on.
said the biggest comeback was in 2002.
Okay.
2002. So obviously that'd be more than 27, correct?
Yeah.
So
No, maybe it was less than 27. They're just saying in the lifetime. This is the
that's
27
not the biggest
point.
comeback though.
What was their biggest comeback at that
2002.
point?
I forgot what it was.
How much was it?
It was more than 27.
I don't know.
It was.
I don't know.
We're about to find out.
I didn't look that up, but you have your once again your Warriors. I think your Timberwolves, your Jazz, your Pelicans. Any of those ones can fall and get the Lakers into it, but they have to be hot. And when LeBron doing LeBron things came up from behind, blocked Kyrie was freaking beautiful. Did you watch that?
Yeah,
I'm sure you did. I mean, he swatted that thing in the
He's
third
so
row.
good with those blocks.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Chase
just
down.
Yeah, chase down.
That's a signature.
Yeah, it's a signature. But it's just it was beautiful.
Yeah, it
Like,
says
I
right here. It
absolutely loved
says
the second of
NBA
it.
teams were a combined 0 for 138 this season when trailing by 27 or more points. This season.
Wow.
This
I mean,
season.
that's just a lot for this season.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know.
I didn't even think there was that many blowouts this season, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Let's go on to the next thing here.
I want to talk about Dallas. I want to talk about the Lakers, Dallas.
Yeah.
Team effort, man. Team effort. Vanderbilt, that was a good trade they made, bro.
Yeah.
That was really good. He had 15 points, 17 rebounds. And then Anthony Davis had a big game with 30
huge
points,
game.
15 rebounds. Bron, 26, 3 assists, 8 rebounds. Did you see LeBron's ankle incident?
Yeah.
Where he hit the floor and what did he say?
It popped. I heard
He's
pop.
like, it popped.
I heard pop.
It popped. And then he left the arena. How'd he look?
He was limping. He was limping. But I mean, he finished the game.
Yeah,
He finished the game.
Kyrie played terrible in the second half. He was like 1 for 12.
Was he?
Yeah, he didn't play good at all.
the defense is going to be used. We said it from day one. Defense is going to be their issue. Can they stop anybody?
There's no way they can play defense. No one on this team is a defensive threat.
Yeah, they're going to score. And they could score at will at times. But it's just a matter of, are they ever going to play enough defense?
Man, the Lakers just need dog in them. That's all they need at the end of the day. I don't know if you've seen Austin Reeves.
Yeah,
Austin
I did see
Reeves
that.
had an altercation with Josh Green. He looked at him. He told him, "You ain't shit." He said, "I'll F you up."
Yeah, I seen that.
I love him, man.
I seen that, and he didn't back down. And that's the dog that you need, and I get that. But it's a long stretch right now that they need to. There's 20 some odd games left. They need to actually just buckle down every single night and do that.
They just gotta get hot.
That's it. If they do that, they could make it in. And worst case scenario, if they're not in the 6th seed, they'll end up being in the plan.
Yeah.
So I think either way they'll be there.
They'll be a playoff team regardless of the fact.
Yeah, unless things just go wrong or
Did you see what
injuries
they
a little
did?
bit more serious.
Why are they winning? Who'd they get rid of?
Russ.
No more Russ. How's Russ doing? He hasn't won yet.
He hasn't won one yet, but
I
then
think they're
he
0 for 2.
He had a decent first night, didn't he?
He did. He actually had a career night, but not his statistics, the game statistics. It was the second most scoring basketball game in NBA history.
Yeah.
It was 176 to 175 against the Kings, and the Kings won double overtime.
That was a crazy game.
How do you score that much?
It was just back and forth.
He had 17 points, 14 assists, and 6 turnovers.
6 turnovers. Yep. So Russ being Russ, like I said, they had him starting yesterday. I don't know if they ended up winning yesterday.
No, they
didn't.
didn't.
They ended up losing, right?
Yeah, he's over.
So they ended up having him starting yesterday, and once again, we talked about it last week. I'm gonna talk about it again. I think he would be a great 6th man. I think he needs to just sort of get off his high horse and come off the bench and just bring that energy. But I think he's just a little careless with the ball. He loves to score. He's always been known for his turnovers. But his shots goes from Westbrook to whatever it is.
What time is it?
So what time is it? Yeah, Dame time. I mean, we had that. Dame went off yesterday.
How many points?
71. 71.
You see what they did in the morning?
No.
They drug tested him.
No, they didn't. Did they really?
He got a drug test.
I didn't see that.
He got a drug test. He's like, I went from being up here to being down here.
I did not see that.
He got drug tested in the morning.
My God. That reminds me of it's off subject, but that reminds me of DK Metcalf.
Yeah,
with the Pro Bowl with his jump. They sent him a letter the next day saying, you know, you gotta get drug tested. Same thing here. Come on, dude. Like but he's been going off. He's been going absolutely off.
He needs to leave. He's not gonna win anything in Portland. And the whole being loyal to your organization, your organization will toss you would never understand like yesterday's trash.
You would never understand loyalty.
What, loyalty? Yeah. How an organization will trade you no matter what it is?
They would.
But it's all business at the end of the day.
It's all business at the end of the day, but I'm sure they're paying the man. He's doing what he needs to be doing. He wants to stay there and win one.
Good for them.
I'm sure he recognizes that.
Bag. Everybody just wants the bag, man.
And I had another would you rather question that sort of builds onto this.
Go ahead, hit me.
But would you rather be the best team on the shittiest team, or best player on the shittiest team,
that doesn't say much.
or the worst player on the best team?
Depends on your personality.
Yeah, no, stop. Answer it. No, stop your crap.
All depends.
Answer it.
Would I rather be the best player
on the worst
team in the NBA?
It's just a period on the worst team.
On the worst team?
Yeah, but you're the best player. Or you're the worst player on the championship team.
Am I getting paid?
As what? As the worst player? No.
I'm not getting
the best player you are.
So you're telling me
as the best player you'll probably get paid.
So you're telling me I'm the worst player on this team that's very good and I'm broke, or I'm the best player on this worst team and I'm rich?
I mean, you're still got NBA money, but it's just, you know, LeBron's money doesn't compare to some other
winning championships. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but
I'm winning the championship.
Nobody knows you.
I don't care.
You're
winning.
Full of it. You are absolutely full of it.
I am a champion.
You are literally full of it.
I'm winning championships.
Your ego is too damn high.
Carmelo Anthony, how many championships does he have?
None.
Yeah, none.
Okay.
Sucks.
Melvin Gordon. You want to be Melvin Gordon?
I'll be Melvin Gordon.
Shut the hell up. You were making fun of him. You were making fun of him 2 weeks ago.
Super Bowl champion.
You were making fun of him 2 weeks ago.
Melvin Gordon had a good career.
Look how you changed your...
Melvin Gordon had a good career, though. He was all right. Average.
It was all right. It was average. He just in 2 seconds went from having a good career to average to subpar. No.
Carmelo Anthony's not known as a winner, though.
Okay.
He's known as somebody that went to New York, stayed in New York for the bag, and never won anything.
Okay.
Is that how you want to be known?
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking you. There's no legacy when nobody knows you. Yeah, there's no legacy when nobody knows you.
Some people.
It's what you do with it.
Come on, people will know you. It's not like no one knows you.
I'm not telling you what my answer would be. Okay.
Do you know who Norris Cole is?
But no.
Miami Heat, 2-time championship back-to-back.
Okay, exactly.
I know him. Yeah. He wasn't the best on the team.
Yeah.
Norris Cole, we love you. Shout us out.
See, that's what I'm telling you. You're changing your option right now just because I know you're trying to fit into this. Go ahead. On with your what was the next
Donovan
one?
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Are you upset?
No.
Is there something you want to talk about?
I'm chilling.
We could talk.
Go ahead. We're talking right now.
Donovan Mitchell said, "My mom calls me and says Damian Lillard tied your record. You got to get 72 now."
Yeah. Mom's always got your back.
100%.
She's always looking out for you, no matter what. She's always there.
She has to.
Yes.
Mama.
So let's on to this, right? So we need.
I feel like you're upset.
Let's recap right now. No, we got the Lakers. We got all that good stuff. Let's go on to the XFL right now, please, because we want to talk about this last week.
Yeah, we just didn't have enough time.
We just didn't have enough time. So there was a couple cool things, and I watched it, and the product wasn't horrible. I remember being worse prior. They actually had some cool things going on, and I really liked some of the rule changes that they're trying.
Yeah,
and it seems like it's not really like a true G League for the NBA.
That's
right.
It's different,
but they're still in affiliation with the NFL and
it's like
trying
an NFL
different
wannabe league.
Well, no, but I think they have affiliations of some sorts with the NFL, so they're trying different rule changes for the NFL to see how they work. So some of those rule changes are after scoring a touchdown, you get the option of a 1-pointer, 2-pointer, or 3-pointer. Okay. And it's taken from the 2-yard line, 5-yard line, 10-yard line. That was one of my favorites.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. The next one that I loved was if trailing in the fourth quarter and you score, you have the option to either onside kick it or kickoff or a 4th and 15 from the 25-yard line. Okay. If you convert the fourth down, the drive continues.
That's sick.
So last week, kickoff week, AJ McCarron's team, he led them down, got within a touchdown. They got the 3-point, I think, 2-point or 3-point. Did the 4th and 15 thing, got it, ended up winning the game.
Really?
Like, it was awesome to watch. They were down like 11, and they ended up winning the game in the last minute 30.
4th and 15 is like jackpot, huh? You just...
No, 15 yards. It's nothing. It's nothing for pros? Heck no. Play clock is 35 seconds instead of the 40. During kickoff. Man,
they're trying to speed everything up.
Yeah. But during the kickoff, this was pretty cool, too.
That's my favorite one.
The
This is
kickoff one?
that you're
Really?
about to mention. That's
So
my favorite
I
rule
like
change.
the first two that I mentioned. But the kickoff, you set up at the 5-yard line, or 5 yards apart, I'm sorry, at the 30 and 35-yard line. No one can move except for the kicker and the returner until the ball's caught. And then you just, it's go at that
Awesome.
point.
People aren't at their full velocity yet. Which is awesome.
People haven't hit the full velocity yet. You're actually getting returns at that point. It brings special teams back into it, which is nice. Clock continues after an incomplete and out of bounds outside of the 2-minute warning. Inside the 2-minute warning, clock stops on every first down.
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm just like, that's speeding it up a little bit too
How
much.
fast do you want the game to be?
That's a little too much.
It's like everyone always preaches like, oh, the game doesn't have defense anymore. This is why.
This is why.
This is
yeah,
why.
and I'm with you on this.
And like
I'm with you on this.
3 years ago, the NBA, every time you would shoot it and it would hit the rim, the shot clock would reset to 24.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have it where it hits the rim, it resets to 14.
Oh, okay.
So they're trying to speed everything
they're trying to
up.
speed everything up. Overtime, alternate attempts at the 5-yard line. Each team gets 3 chances or until a winner is decided. I like that. I love that overtime rule. I think that's that'll be something that should be something talked about in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So that was unreal. Speaking of XFL, AJ McCarron, 2 back-to-back weeks, ends up having come from behind win, and he was interviewed after. And after the game, they were like, how is it being where you were a backup to now playing the
you're a
XFL?
starter,
And
winning
he's
games.
like, I did this just because I wanted my kids to see me. I want my kids to witness what I'm doing. And yeah, it's cool to be in the NFL. It's awesome.
Do they get paid?
They do. I remember I had it written down somewhere, and I know I looked it up.
It's
I don't
not like
remember.
NFL money or anything.
No,
like that,
no. But you got to think they got 8-week seasons. 8 or 10 week seasons.
Oh, really?
And they're independent contracted. So after their season, they can now go work out for a team and try to get signed by the NFL. So they don't make as much as practice squad NFL players.
That's nice.
But the 8-week season or 10-week season, whatever it is, they're making upwards. I think they get like, don't quote me on this because I had it looked up, but I don't remember it exactly. I thought I written it down. It was like $1,000 a game. If you win the game, it's another $1,000.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then it's
That's actually
do you get room and board? They all stay in one area.
Wow.
So room and board, practice fields, all in one facility. And then if they end up making the playoffs, I think it's $5,000 per player. Winning a playoff game is $10,000 per player. And then there was just it worked
It's
out
like
to
high school football without the money, though.
Yeah.
It's like the NFL is the scouts that are
Yes.
looking towards the XFL
Yes.
and saying, like, all right, we're going to pay a little more attention to this guy.
Yeah, and it worked out to the point where they can be in that 10-week period be making upwards of about 180 to 200,000.
Wow.
So I mean, it's just you win, you get paid. That's basically
nice.
what it was. And I had it all ran up, and I'll look it back up and bring it in.
We'll bring it in
I'll bring
next
that
week.
in for sure. Talking about NFL.
Bears blockbuster trade coming. What do you think about that? You think it's happening?
I think they got to decide what they want to do. I think at the end of the
Think they
day,
would trade Fields though.
I think they would be dumb to. I think they would absolutely be dumb to. I think he can be as good as Jalen Hurts with the right parts around him. I don't know if he's fully happy there. He's made comments in the past about the cold weather and he likes this and yada, yada, yada. But I mean, if they treat him right, he should be there. Are they going to want to pay him? Who knows? But they got to do something just because at the end of the day, that first pick, it could be worth a lot. Indy will pay for it.
Indy needs it.
Jim Irsay already came out and said, man, that boy from Alabama's looking good.
He needs it.
So they will pay for it. So if you're not taking a quarterback, which you shouldn't, you got Justin Fields, or you're going to trade away Justin Fields and get a bunch of picks, but you're not going I don't think you're going to get a first rounder for him.
I think Chicago stays put.
You think they stay at the first?
Yeah, I think they stay put.
And then what do they do with Justin Fields? Or do they just not take a quarterback there?
Don't take a quarterback.
Then trade it away. Get what you can. It's a business. Take what you can. Get whatever picks, even if you move back 3 picks.
Yeah. How much do you think they'll get for the first pick though?
Well, they'll probably get a first and a third. Swap first, get another second or a third or something along those lines. They could get a third and a fifth.
So is that quarterback the best in the draft?
That's what they're saying. I mean, that's what the
anybody
scouts
else
have
good?
him. There's a lot. There's a lot in this draft.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot in this draft. But I mean, I don't know personally how much I personally like Bryce Young. He just reminds me of Kyler. He's smaller, 6 foot, flat, 194. The boy, I mean, he's got an arm. He's got legs. But I mean,
Played for Bama, you said?
Yeah, he played for Bama. But when you got a outside linebacker coming in, rushing in, and you need to just hit her over the top of him to your running back or your tight end slant or tight end screen, can you see over him?
Breeze
Like,
did it fine today.
Breeze had a weird sidearm. Breeze did his thing, right? I mean,
gotta adapt to it.
You got to adapt to it. But I mean, at the same time, it's there, right?
I think Breeze was 6 foot, right?
I believe so.
Or maybe even shorter.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. But Breeze, Breeze is just a different. He's
Breeze
a different
was
beast.
6.
Yeah. So, Kenny, yeah, you don't want to count the guy out. I mean, all 5'6" to me ain't gonna count anybody out for being short. But it's just. But it's just does he have that build? Does he have that build? Okay, so that's just a matter of how that goes there. Roger's coming out of his darkness retreat.
This guy's doing too much.
I mean, he's just this guy. He just loves his attention, dude. Just pick a team and call it a day. Just go about it that way. I want to get into this last thing before we wrap it up here. We would you rather wide receiver edition. So I'm gonna go at you first.
All right.
And I'm just gonna give it to you.
So are we doing it like, okay, this person's it, and you're gonna be like, you taking this person or this person? Okay, that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Right.
So Tyreek versus AJ Brown. Who you taking?
Tyreek.
Yeah. Diggs versus Jamar.
Give me Jamar.
Okay. You got Jetta and Devontae.
Oh man, that's a hard one. Give me Jetta.
Really? Jetta Cup.
A healthy Cup?
You taking Cup?
Oh, man, this is tough. I'm probably gonna go. Oh man, I'm gonna go with the athleticism. I'm gonna go Jetta.
Jetta. Okay.
Yeah.
Jetta Jamar.
I love Jamar, but I'm gonna go Jetta.
Okay. Jetta Tyreek.
Jetta.
Jetta? Yeah, so those would be my top two, Tyreek and Jetta. And just looking at Tyreek's numbers, where he is, but he had Patty Mahomes thrown him for the longest time.
Does a healthy Hopkins fit into this list?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But I think he could. But I would go Jetta all day.
Best receiver, you going Jetta?
Right now, the way that it is, yeah. I mean, I don't like to sleep on Cooper Kupp, but I mean, Jetta's there. It would be between Jetta and Tyreek for me.
It's just me with Jetta and Kupp. I'm just looking at the athleticism,
Yeah.
Kupp is an awesome route runner.
He's awesome.
Jetta's gonna go up there and get you whatever he needs to get.
And he could run routes as well.
He could run routes as well.
Yeah, I'm going Jetta there.
I'm going Jetta,
no matter how we play it out, I'm going Jetta. No matter what.
Jamar and Jetta are just two different people.
Yeah.
As well.
I
feel like,
why?
I feel like Jamar is more of a route runner. I don't think he's a go up and get it.
No, he could get it.
He can, but not as well as Jetta.
Oh, he could get it, man. You're talking.
I don't think so.
You're just talking right now.
No, I don't think so.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Dr. Mo. Make sure you subscribe, like, do all that good stuff, please.
Dr. Ahmed, thank you so much.
You guys have a great day.